Hey, of course I press the button and then reach for the bottle. This bottle. I don't drink. Anyway, hey, true believers, Englentine here, and I'm with Back Issue Breen. What's up, Eric?
Everybody here has seen you have drunk streams.
That is true.
I don't drink.
I don't drink. That's why the drunk streams are so entertaining. Because I get drunk off of 2 or 3 shots. So yeah, I cannot hold my liquor. That's mainly carpal tunnel syndrome, but otherwise. So anywho, I ordered a box of books. I went to the warehouse sale. I had a couple of good weeks. So when the warehouse sale went 50 cents for everything, I decided, you know what, screw it. If it's interesting, if I think people would like it, or if I thought it was cool, I'll pick it up. Some of the things you saw in the auction last night, I just threw in, like this pristine freaking copy of Batman Year One, and this weird Wonder Tales #1, and the comedy What If issue, and also this Wildcats Covert red foil version, and then a Batman Incorporated #2 gold version. Those came in a box that I ordered, those last couple. But yeah, those were already in the auction. I figured, what the hell, I'll take stuff out and show them off. And those, I guess, would be considered the big dogs, so I started off with those. Otherwise, I ordered this box. It was a blind box. I saw a couple of things. You know, it's one of these where they show a few books, and then it's like, hey, what else are you going to get, and so forth. So it's kind of fun, and they're usually not break the bank. So I figured, what the hell, let's have a good time. Hello to Aloise. What's up? Did you watch Tristan dismantle organized chaos? Whom? I know Tristan. Not, dude. I've been wrestling with insomnia. Today I slept. I would love to check this out. Maybe do what do you call those? A reaction myself. Tristan, I love her. She's a good friend. We disagree on damn near everything, but I think that's part of the friendship, is being able to respectfully disagree. You don't get that too much around these days. So I would love to check it out. But I do have a question. Who the hell is Disorganized Chaos? Yeah. I have no idea who that is. And neither does Eric.
No, you know, I retired from drama a long time ago.
There you
go. No idea.
These kids. The problem with getting those blind boxes are that they get Ratatouille approved. Hopefully that didn't happen. That did not happen. Look, and I'll tell you what. I got the blind box from the same guy. This guy usually delivers. He had one bad box. It was a very bad box. I didn't make money off of it. I recouped some money. Thank you to everybody who participated in those auctions. But so far, his track record is 3 years worth of comic book auctions, one box. So I'm not throwing away the business relationship. I still think it's a positive plus. And Rhaegar is saying Pizza Hut delivers. I'm the up. Oh, thank you. Thank you for putting your thumb up for me. Not enemy, but thumb up for me. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Alrighty. Starting off with the blind box, we've got Forever Evil. This is Justice League. I guess this is the new 52.
Yep.
Issue number 24. I don't know how ordered these are. Here is Martian Manhunter #2. I guess that's also new 52, because I see Superman's in the t-shirt and jeans. I got to tell you something. Last night we had a conversation about Spider-Man. I brought up, it's amazing to me, no pun intended, that Spider-Man doesn't sell. I didn't mean it like, oh my gosh. It's just, sometimes I buy a book and I'm like, this is so freaking cool, and I think it's going to sell. Spider-Man, even the regular issues, not just Marvel Tales, is a hard sell with this group. And I was like, why? It just doesn't make sense.
Well, it's been the best-selling book forever, so it would stand to reason that even casual collectors have a lot of them.
Yeah, that actually that's the, for all of the things that were thrown out, that's the one I could get behind. But they're collected. Now, comic collectors like their individual issues.
No, that's true. But I think I think what Venkman was trying to convey last night was, if you don't have, as much money this week as you did like 3 weeks ago, but you already have those stories, you'll take a pass on those for now. Yeah. If you're going to spend some on something, you don't already have the stories. I think that's what he's trying to say.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Let's see. Superman, the Man of Steel, number 115. And that looks like pre-crisis. And I'm digging on this, man. They didn't sell last night, but I don't know. I for some reason, I'm feeling good about Green Lantern. This is Green Lantern Quarterly, number 1. It's got a price X up there, though. Then we've got Robin Zero. Now, once upon a time, Tim Drake sold. What happened to make Tim Drake not sell? What gets me is, I've seen this before with other things where, like in social media or in comic books, they have the character do something that you don't like. So like the back issues become toxic also.
In this case, the Robin series has, for the most part, been dollar box material, even when Tim was interested in girls. It's just been that way for a while. And, obviously what he's into now, but also you gotta realize,
no, the thing is Robin sold. I would have no problem selling Robins, and then they buyed him, and they found him a new Amor, and all of a sudden it's like, I don't know. But this is good old fashioned Chuck Dixon Robin right here. So
like I said, but I've been selling those for $1 since I've been doing this, and
I said, me too.
I mean, I wish you think you could do better, but it is what it is.
Yeah. But there's just it's just the way it is with some titles. Now, I was talking to Eric about things I'm going to have to do just to keep up with the cost of living. I think early 90s and 80s are going to have a base of $2. The 70s are going to be $3, and the 60s $5. With anything late 90s and above with a base of $1. I say a base of because, of course, some are going to be higher, some are going to be lower. Condition rules, that kind of thing. That's just the way it has to happen. They're Action Comics number 535, starring the Omega Men.
I like that.
I know.
I read Omega Men number 1 today.
Really? That was
probably for the first time since I got it new.
There you go. I am still reading. I got these 2 trade paperbacks. It's Golden Age Captain America. The first one is 1 through 5. The second one is, excuse me. Wow. Sorry, guys. I had Qdoba nachos before I went to sleep again, and woke up, and God is punishing me. Holy crap. I got to eat better. Here is Justice League International, number 7. This is actually the first appearance of Justice League International. There was Justice League before. They became International in issue number 7.
Still, it's good stuff. I love that run. Love that run.
Another book, you talk about the things, we were talking about what sells and what doesn't. Justice Society goes. People like the Justice. I've got a lot of people in the auction loves the Justice Society. This is going to be held for a while. This is Superman, Batman Generations 3, 6 out of 12. I'm going to try to put together a series. If I can't,
good luck.
I'll hold on to it. Next up, talk about, I hope I have the full series of this. This is one of those things I hope sells because I love it. I will praise this run. This is New Teen Titans. The first 5 issues of the Baxter series is the Teen Titans finally fighting Trigon. Now, do you say Trigon or Trigon? Because I've always said Trigon.
I've heard it both ways.
Yeah.
As we say on the other channel.
Oh, there you go. This is awesome. Right here. Holy crap. You know what? I love the way they changed Despero. I thought they changed Despero in the International, but beforehand, I guess.
Well, he was, you know, a complete badass in that run. In fact, I think he was the one that killed Vibe, and we thought at the time Gypsy.
There you go, 251 right there. That is just awesome. Got to give love to Detroit JLA, man. Let's see, what do we got here? Hello to Alois. Hello to everyone, says Jughead. What Trigon is how Zach says it. And then we have New Teen Titans number 11. And I've had quite a few of this run.
For what it's worth, Trigon sounds way cooler than Trigon.
Trigon?
Yeah, it sounds like you just called somebody to come clean up your yard
with a gun. And then we have issue number 13 of the New Teen Titans, where they meet the Doom Patrol. And then we have Tales of the Teen Titans. Now, the first part of Tales of the Teen Titans was a reprint book. And here we have number 66, and it would reprint the Baxter stories.
Yeah, I think that started like in the late 50s issues.
Mm-hmm. As soon as it became, yeah, you're right. Blue Devil, number 19. Blue Devil, I've been getting some Blue Devil recently.
Fun series.
And you know what? I'm thinking, you know, you guys do the reading. I'm thinking I got to do that with some of these titles. Got to show off, because we're talking about them, but we're not showing them. I'm not showing them. I'm not showing how awesome Blue Devil is and all that. Here we have issue number 21. Oh, wait, is this the first appearance of... This is the first appearance of Brother Blood, isn't it? I know that one's got some weight behind it these days.
I think that might be considered the first book of the Crisis on Infinite Earths. Oh. If you get a comic book reading order.
Oh, that's right. I do have that.
Yeah.
I do, because I do check out what's the reading order. So whenever I read the books online or something, I can actually check it out. So yeah, this is the one that's got like a panel.
Yeah,
or something.
Maybe a Red Sky or something. I think I said that's it. Mm-hmm. I finally finished it. I picked up GI Combat 275, and now I have all the crossovers.
You have the whole thing. Yeah. I want to get that big book box set. It's like $300 though. Next up, we have Tales of the Teen Titans number 81.
I think it was last Wednesday. Shannon was showing off this Crisis book that he picked up. I don't know if it was part of that or not, but it has like indexes everything. Yeah, that was really cool. I want that book.
The book box set I'm talking about has the Crisis on Infinite Earths, all the crossovers, and the compendium and the whole 9 yards. It's a beautiful thing. You can get them individually as well. What do we got? Yes, watch Nerdette debate. Rob's dishonest. Yeah, I'll check that out. I just stayed at pizza and operated on an alien, says Jughead. I killed a lot of Nazis and then fell asleep again. My activity level is 0 today, up until now. Mr. Miracle number 2. Now, this is Dooley Crespo. This is not a run I am familiar with.
There was the 28 issue run in the late 80s that was kind of like a companion to Justice League International. Yeah, that series that you just had showed number 2. I think that one only lasted 7 issues.
Okay, wow. Okay, next up we've got Justice League International number 8. I will not be mad if there's a whole bunch of Justice League International. I'm not mad at this one at all. This is the final issue. Hopefully the entire mini-series is in here. It is a 4-part mini-series. It is written... hold on. I'm going to see if I could get... I've got a cover by Infantino and Margos.
Pablo Marcos, probably.
Okay. And nope, I don't have any more information. I was hoping maybe I could say something to see if you could guess it. It does have Janice, Steppenwolf, Kalibak, Cyborg, the Golden Pharaoh, and Mr. Freeze in it.
I think you got me on that one.
Superpowers.
I've never read them.
Never heard of this. It would. Are there stamps in here? Look at this. This is a DC stamp album.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. Let's see.
I've heard about this. I don't know that I've ever had one in my hand though.
This is kind of fun. It's actually cardstock cover, sharp corners, but it's a little. I can feel like the indents. I can't see them, but I can feel that there's some indents on the what am I trying to say? Holy shit, this is real stamps. This isn't superhero stamps. Serious. Let me show what I'm talking about. Either that or it's just explaining stamps. I don't know if you're supposed to put a Teddy Roosevelt stamp in there or if this is actually a DC talking to you about. I considering some of the things that, yeah, okay. This was put out in conjunction with the United States Postal Service. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, this is DC Comics Superheroes, The History of Stamps.
Wow.
That is so cool. It is so nerdy as well. This might be the most nerdy book I've ever had in my possession. Here you go. But that is actually kind of cool. I think it's really neat. I'm going to look it up. Like, oh, really? Is this worth anything? It's worth $1. All righty. Next up, you talked about Omega Men. Here we have issue number 2. Fingers crossed for another 3 for a number 3, but don't hold your breath.
Yeah.
Justice League America number 56. Now this is continued from Justice League International.
Yeah, that was right after editorial said we no longer have a sense of humor.
Well, here's issue number 57.
Yeah, so the breakdown series is where they basically changed the tone of the book and just made it a standard Justice League title.
Eloise is saying that she's confused, but apparently even JDA's fans were impressed by Nerdette's takedown of Organized Chaos. I have no idea. I'm gonna check it out after the unboxing. Maybe I'll do a live stream fappening or whatever. All right, so next up we have Superman in Action Comics. This is part of the Reign of Superman. We've had this one around a couple of times. 689. I think the Reign of Superman, the Death of Superman, and all that is probably the most common series I have around here. Oh, no. Okay, good. Brave and the Bold. This is issue number 5. Batman versus. Oh, does this say versus? Yeah, versus Legion of Superheroes. There you go. I was knowing because I saw that $3. I was like, wait a second. I think it's on the bag. If it's not on the bag, another quarter book. Gail was even said, because I said, yeah, you know what? Last night I had a great time. I had some good fun, but it was literally the worst selling auction of all time. And she goes, just have another quarter book 50-cent auction. That seemed to work. Okay. Why not do that? Next up, we have Superman number 81. So I might do that on Thursday again with some of the rejects and more obscure books. I think this box has been, or the comic has been in this bag for a while.
Yeah.
Go figure. All righty. Next up, we have Countdown number 24. This will be something I would have to put aside, and I don't see a lot of people going for these if it's not the whole set, which is kind of weird because you would think it would, like, oh yeah, I need issue number 24. But this is the Countdown to Final Crisis, so good luck. All righty, next up, we got Magog in Justice Society of America number 18. There is no order to these books. I did not.
I wonder if the Countdown maxi series gets a bad rap because what it was counting down to sucked. I mean, there's no way to spin. Final Crisis sucked. But I like Countdown. But a lot of people,
Countdown to Final?
A lot of people didn't. But I wonder if they just assume they're not supposed to, because I said nobody. Yeah, Final Crisis is the opposite of Sarah Lee. Nobody likes it.
Maranya, literally, this is the first time I've been on any kind of line. So Gail mentioned it, and I thought, okay, why not do it Thursday? If you, I put no pressure. If you guys could help out, that's awesome. If you can't, I understand. It's just to help out for next week's warehouse. I want to get a couple more of those 10-cent Silver Age. They seem to be popular. They don't have many left. A lot of the big dog type comics that are there are variants. You know, the 1-in-100s and all that were like $150 for a while, but nobody bought them at that. So they're deep discounting them. If there's something you're interested in, put it in the not in the chat, because the chat's going to disappear. But if there are variants you're looking for, no promises. I've got to go by what they offer up, but I'll look for them, see if they've got it. So yeah, let me know in the comments. The Search for Batman, Time Masters, Vanishing Point, issue number 3. This is another one of those. I hope they have the series, right? Is that a mini series of 6? Okay.
I thought it was 8.
Then say again.
I thought it was 8. Is it only 6?
Well, I'm not wearing my glasses.
Oh, no. There was a Time Masters series in the early 90s. It was 8 issues. That one is 6. I do remember that now.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, I'm not wearing my glasses, so there's no glare, but that does make the reading a little harder. Captain Atom, number 3. Okay, you know what? We could do a top 10. And you know, I want to talk about maybe do a what do you call it, ranking thing about heroes that should be bigger. Just I would put Captain Atom on that one. Not just ones that we like, you know, because everybody's got their favorites that other people don't. But people or characters you would think would have made a bigger cultural hit. This is Shade the Changing Man, issue number 51.
He will not be on that list.
Shade, no. Neither will the Milk Wars.
Yeah.
There you go. These weren't bad, by the way. They were kind of weird, but not bad. Okay, what do we got here? Alex. Okay, cool. Justice League number 2 from the new 52. Oh, I have number 1. Shit, I sold number 1. I didn't even know I had number 2. Whoops. Oh, well, que sera. That'd be funny if I've got 3, 4, and 5 as well. Like I could have done the entire mini series. You know what? I'll find out who bought number 1. I think it was Zach, and see if he wants. If I have it, I'll see if he wants the mini series, and just offer him up. Next up, we've got the New Titans number 94, which good book, but it was starting to wane. This run was. It was starting to not be. This is Simonson and Jimenez.
That's Phil Jimenez, who I always thought was like I said, I've said this before. His art was George Perez if everybody were about 6 inches taller. And now look at it and tell me if I'm not right.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. I see what you're talking about.
He's very, very good.
Yeah. No, I was just making a joke about how I'm.
I know. Yeah, I know. But I was saying
up other people's names.
But I hear. I mean, everybody just goes crazy for Jorge Jimenez now, and I say he's not even the best Jimenez I've seen at DC. Then I get attacked. But I think Phil's phenomenal.
Oh, let's see. As he says, Venkman is sitting on the toilet crap. Oh, because of Taco Bell. And apparently they were handing out the wrong orders. I went to Popeyes and they were slow as hell. So get this. I'm in line. I just wanted simple. Don't want to have a big meal. So I went to Popeyes originally and I'm 2 cars. There's just 2 cars there and I'm number 3. So it takes freaking forever to get up to the speaker. I put in my order. All I want is the 5 ghost peppers and the $5 ghost peppers and the $5 sandwich. Let me go on my way. All right. So they don't even get to me. I'm waiting there for 5 minutes before they even say hello. And then they do the order. I round the corner. Those same 2 cars, even after I waited 5 minutes, are waiting for their food. And I was like, oh, bullshit. I would go to next door is Qdoba. I know I could grab some nachos. Okay, fine. So I go in. I tell them my order. They make my order up. Pay for it. Leave. Those 2 fucking cars are still where they were. It was ridiculous. Okay, Justice number 8. I am holding These I've got. I think I already have this one. This one might be at an auction as a dollar book or a 50 center, because I do know I've got 5 through 12. Oh, I think I'm missing number 8. That actually might be the one I'm missing.
Well,
yeah, but I've got 5 through 12 already. What's up?
Let me try to, provide an alibi for the folks at Popeye. This may not have been the case here, but I tried to order something from a local Domino's a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Couldn't get anybody to answer the phone. And I'm thinking, well, this sucks. But I really wanted one of those, steak hoagies they have.
Okay.
So I went in. There was a guy there. That's it. A guy.
Yeah. Yeah, that might have just been.
Now,
but,
I would have just walked out without even locking up. If that happened to me, but this guy was trying to do everything.
Yeah, I was hangry. I just waited too long to eat. So this is Justice League Rebirth number 4. Rebirth was good, kids. If there was a title you weren't able to get a hold of and you can come across it, give it a try. Rebirth was good up until Bendis came all over it. And one of the greatest. And I say this without hesitation, and I will have backup on this. One of the greatest titles of Rebirth was Peter J. Tomasi's Superman. Hands down. See how nobody's arguing? There you go.
Well, I mean, it's no Bendis, but it was okay.
Oh, of course, of course. Now, here's something I didn't like, but a lot of people did. And that is Grant Morrison's take on Superman in Action Comics number 1. For the New 52. What do you think about this run?
Personally, it was Grant Morrison channeling his best 1938 version of Superman. And
okay.
As just a little pocket of books now, almost 15 years later, or 12 years later, whatever. I don't mind it, but
get away from the fact that this should be 967 instead of Action number 1, which also irked me.
No, it would have been like 906 at the time because it was it was right after. But I was going to say it'll come back to me.
Okay,
Jesus Christ.
More Rebirth, Justice League issue number 10, and we're 2 issues in now on Superpowers. This is issue number 1. So that's not bad. Let's get the other 6. That's what we're wanting. And hopefully they're from the same series of Superpowers. Okay, next up we have Justice League 3001, issue number 2. Oh, okay. And issue number 1. Cool. All right. What is Justice League 3001 just another way to say Justice Society or All-Star Squadron?
I don't know. I think that might have been, wasn't that Giffen DeMatteis? DeMatteis?
Okay, kids, how do you say DeMatteis or DeMatteis?
I think it's DeMatteis, but I can't get used to that.
There are names and words. We didn't have this connection that you kids have. There are words and names we grew up only reading. So Louise and Walt Simonson, there you go. But yeah, this is Giffen and DeMatteis.
Okay, I'll give you DeMatteis. Simonson only has 1 M. If it was Simonson, it would have 2.
Logic. Okay, fine.
I know there's no call for that on this channel, but
this is number 47 of Sandman. There you go. And has this guy run his course because the movie didn't do well? This is issue number 1 of Black Adam from the New 52. There you go. Oh, this one is kind of cool. Justice League number 100. Meet the Elite Volume 2. Didn't they end up becoming Justice League Extreme or something along those lines?
No, it got a 12-issue series called Justice League Elite.
Elite, that's it.
Yeah,
okay.
It was I think it was Manchester Black and that one girl, I don't remember her name. It wasn't bad.
Wow, we got the newsstand version of the back-breaking issue of Batman. Or we have the direct market version of Batman's back-breaking. That's pretty cool. And for you cartoon fans and people who love Dini, Bruce Timm and Paul Dini cartoons, which, by the way, if you don't, seek help. You may need it. Eric, don't tell me you don't watch. You didn't like the Paul Dini cartoons.
I'm not a cartoon guy.
I
don't like or dislike it. I like when I see them, I do, but I've never.
You don't go out of your way.
No, I never did.
I gotta admit, I don't do that either these days. Like before, I would make sure that I saw everything superhero. I go to the movies, but there are TV shows that have fallen by the wayside. What are we getting here? Extreme Justice is amazing, says Comic Book Frog. Extreme Doomsday Clock Justice. I mean clock. I understand. Call shenanigans on how you pronounce Simonson. The name literally means Simmons' son, and you pronounce the name Simon correctly. So the last name is the same, plus an on the end. So Simonson. Yes. Eric is so old that cartoons were invented in his 50s. Oh, kidoki. But Batman Beyond #9, that is a badass cover.
Now, did you see Batman 900? I'm sorry, 135.
Batman 135. I have not yet because I'm behind on them. What I'm doing to clear out my my what do you call it? Subscription box.
You've heard what
I'm going title to title.
You've heard what he does in it, right?
No.
He goes through all the different multiverses and he meets the Michael Keaton Batman, the Batman Beyond, and they're all drawn in those styles.
Yeah, I stay away from spoilers because I know.
Well, I said I said it gave me the best moment I've ever got in a comic book.
I will read it. You know what? Screw it. I got to catch up to him.
Yeah,
anyway.
You do. I said that one.
All right.
I heard about it. Had to go because I'm not reading Zdarsky's Batman. Heard about it. Went out and got it. And I said, I laughed so hard that it was like, 48 years of readings. It was worth it. It all led to that.
Okay. I haven't done a poll in a long time. Venkman just brought up something and we're going to do a poll here. And let me see, it's popping up. Here we go. Start a poll. Quick question. Which is best? Alrighty. And it's going to be DCU. That's the comic book world. DCEU is the movie world. And DC animated. And that is going to can I do 4? Yeah, I can. And okie dokie, here you go, guys. 4 options up. It's which is best, the DCU, the DCEU, the DC animated movies, or the Diniverse. Have at it, kids. Let's see how it goes while we show off some more books, because Dawn Star, kids, and she ain't doing well. But still, Dawn Star, kids. We were having a debate once, Power Girl versus Dawn Star. I think you Power Girl people are crazy. Just saying that. All right. Next, that was issue number Dawn Star. This was 321. And then we have issue number 320 with the other hottie, Dream Girl. Actually, Legion of Superheroes really does kind of pack the team with a lot of hotties.
Well, used to,
yeah. Well, I'm not. No, look, if you can cut out comics from 2013 up, I could cut out Bendis's version of freaking Legion.
That's fair.
Let's see, Superman number 10. You can tell it's awesome because it's got that name right there. Tomasi and Gleason, really freaking great run. Here is Superman Annual number 1. I read these first run, and these are a lot of fun. If you haven't gotten them, you need to. I mean, you need to. This isn't I kind of want those books. No, freaking water and air these books are. You need these books. All righty. Next up, we've got JLA, Justice League of America, number 10. This is Hitch and Beddard. Darenick Hannah with a John Romita Jr. cover. Now, we were talking about how he's gotten worse, but in all honesty, this cover's not bad. I got to give it up for him. I think it's the coloring and the inking, though, that's improving the John Romita art.
I've never read a page of that.
Me neither. I think I've got some books here, though. Now, along with the awesome Peter J. Tomasi Superman run, Dan Jurgens was kicking ass on Action Comics. Here's 967. So they went with Rebirth. They went right back to the numbering. Which, by the way, for as much of a fuss that I make about it, I did kind of talk myself into needing to accept it, because I never made a fuss out of help me out here. Flash 104 or 104 was the, or was it 106?
Well, but the Flash literally did what you would have wished that Action Comics had done.
Mm-hmm.
It came back and it resumed the numbering.
The numbering.
Yeah. It wasn't until 350, and then
with Wally West.
With Wally West, which made sense. It's a different Flash.
Yes.
It's a different everything. When they decided to conveniently count those for legacy purposes, that's one where you have a lot more ammunition to rant.
That's true.
Because for all the, I mean, for as sucky as what they did with Action and Detective, they only interrupted that once.
Yeah, the Flash
and Marvel's got so many interruptions. That takes balls to even claim those to be
with the Flash. At the very least, they wouldn't be at 800 or whatever they're at right now, because you would have to discount the 200 and something Wally West issues.
Yeah.
All right, kids. Next up, we've got the Adventures of Superman with Supergirl, number 582. That is a cool cover too. I like that one. Man, we're gonna be forever on this box. Or these boxes, I should say. We got the Trial of Shazam, number 12 of 12. There you go. Next up, we have the Superman, Lois and Clark, Fortress of Horrors. This is Dan Jurgens, issue number 3 here. I've never heard of this.
I've heard of it. I've always wanted to read it. I've heard it was really good, actually.
Okay.
It's like in between New 52 and Rebirth. It's like the in-between time.
Justice Society of America, number 30. Oh, we got a super chat where I guess Rhaegar is campaigning. DCEU is the most correct answer. There you go. Okay, he's saying you got to love that Suicide Squad David Ayer movie. Because let's be honest here, we all have our favorite animated DC movies and animated shows, which is all in DC. And I guess I should have called it the DCAEU. That didn't come to mind. So there you go. Who inked JR on that cover? That is the only reason why his art looks so awesome. Let's see. BECU is a bank. So count DC Diniverse as the animated movies as one category. The animated TV shows, the animated movies, I count them as different. All righty, let's see. We got Superman and Batman in an imaginary tale called Generations. This book is awesome. And I said because of a name right there. This is all him, man. And he crafts a really good tale. Did you read this book?
I have read, there's like 3 different ones. I've read them all. Mm-hmm. Would love to have them again, but I can never find them all together. So
the first 4, which is this is a part of, it's a mini series, but every book works on its own. All right, we have another Omega Man number 2, Omega Men, excuse me, and then we've got Justice League number 7. So now I've got 1, 2, and 7. So I wonder if it's going to show up. Like I said, I think I might offer Zach up the run if he. So, okay, Batman Legends of Dark Knight 140. Great Scarecrow cover. Okay, let the normies have the Joker. But who is your second best Batman villain? Because I might go Scarecrow on that. Let's see. We got Spanners of the Galaxy, number 1. Who would you name as Batman's second best villain?
I gotta go with Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul? That you know, I don't think there's a bad answer unless you go like Condiment Man, and then I'm just gonna figure you're trolling.
Well, I ask, where's the great Penguin story? Where's the great Riddler story?
One. You're right. By great, I would say, you know, well known, like Joker has Arkham or Killing Joke or something along those lines. Ra's al Ghul, of course, has the Tales of the Demon. So you're right about that. I personally, anecdotally, I guess I could point to a number of Penguin stories I liked, including the one that's in the Secret Origins that I always have up with the Riddler. That one is really good. And they did a Penguin Triumphant was also good, where he ended up bribing these people who kept putting him down for not looking like them and being a criminal.
No, I guess, I mean, I'm not saying there aren't really good stories, but I mean, there's just, like I said, it's like everybody has a great idea for a Batman story.
Yeah.
It becomes the Joker.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, look, I like the Joker, but I'm like everybody else. Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. Can we move on from the Joker a little bit? We've got Action Comics #2 from the New 52. Apparently there's this is a New 52 box. Usually it's got to be blind box for me to get this modern. But hopefully it pays off. Maybe I'm going to find out that I shouldn't be so biased, because I guess, you know, maybe you need to fill out a run or something. New 52 Futures End, and this is issue number 33. Did Futures End really run that long? Wow. Alrighty. More Justice League International, and this one is issue number 10. Evil Black Cat is saying more Joker, more Joker. Undead Quinn is saying Mad Hatter. Let's see. Harvey Dent does everything to keep Two-Face's crimes to a minimum. Let's see. It's toss up between Ra's al Ghul and Hugo Strange and King. Ahsoka is saying Harvey Dent. That's the second best Batman villain anyone who's ever written the book since, and including Tom King. There you go. Roz, Joker, and Hugo Strange is the order that the Frog would put them in. Next up, we've got a book that I will highly recommend. This is pure chaos, by the way. Love it. And you know, you guys do that thing. Hey, this guy is better than that guy, however you do it. Ambush Bug over Deadpool any day. Twice on Tuesdays, just saying. Next up, can't sell his miniseries to save my life, but we've got Guy Gardner Warrior, number 17. I think only Lobo is more 90s.
Yeah, that's you mentioned something about the Guy Gardner Reborn. Mm-hmm. That wasn't where he became Warrior. That
I thought that was. I read it a long time ago.
Reborn, it was just basically reintroducing him, because it set up his own ongoing.
Harley Quinn over Ambush Bug any day, says the Frog. Okay. Next up, we have Batman number 6. Oh, goodness. I couldn't see what 8, and I'm not that good anymore. 98? Yeah, 668. 668. There we go. And then we have Detective Comics number 626. And then we've got Titans number 7 from the Rebirth era. And we have Sword of Azrael, and I believe this is book 2. Yep. There you go. And then we have issue number 501 of Batman. Maybe I could put together a run. One of the greatest of the John Byrne run of Superman, issue number 8. I'm a Legion fan. What can I say? Then we have the Superman Gallery by Walt Simonson. Eric, you could quote with that Simonson stuff. We know the name now. All right.
I'm working on it.
Okay. Good. All right. Next up, we have Justice League Last Ride, issue number 2. Oh, and issue number 1. Cool. I will have to look up what Last Ride is. So
I have less than no idea what that is.
That must be modern. Oh, this was kind of fun because we found out that Bendis and Tom King are trolling us. Because Superman Up in the Sky is actually pretty good. It's by Tom King. It wasn't bad. It's like when Erica Henderson left DC or left Marvel Comics and all of a sudden was drawing well.
When do we say that Tom King books usually start going south?
That is true. Halfway through the story.
Yeah, well, so I guess, well, if he's doing 12, he gets about half of it right, and then it starts going downhill. I believe that was a 6-issue series.
So one more issue.
You didn't have time to Tom King it up.
That's true. That's true. Superman Truth. This issue number 41. This is the cover of the trade paperback too, but that's issue number 41. And then we've got Jim, Son of Saturn. I've got some of these already. I might have the makings of a mini series here. Alrighty. Gotta love the doubles. Okie dokies.
Black Cat saying Last Ride was Zdarsky's miniseries from 2021. That explains why I didn't know it.
Thank you. Superman, John Burns, Superman run, issue number 1. Cool stuff. And then we have issue number, this is issue number 12. Is that Lori Lamar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't remember the story, but I do remember that is Lori Lamar.
Lamoris or something, Lamoris or something like that.
Here's issue number 10. And here is issue number 9. This one is a pretty good book. That one's probably going to be a $2 book. Okay, that is tape. All right. Issue number 90 of the JLA. I remember when they were putting Batman and Wonder Woman together. And then we have the special origin issue of the Omega Men. And then we have Justice League number 59, which actually wasn't bad in spite of the creative. I'm not even. Oh, no, that's Ram V. I thought it was Bendis. No, there you go. Ram V on it. That explains why it wasn't bad. But there you go. Justice League number 59.
Well, you should have known it was not Bendis because Naomi isn't in the front and center of the cover.
That was it. That's what I thought I was looking at. Superman loves handicapped women. That's why I say at work. Don't Tom King it up. Then Dominic saying, I remember that issue of JLA, which was Batman and Wonder Woman focused. Okay, we got free comic book day of New 52. This says New 52. And I guess it's got that Pandora chick in the back. They were going to do something with her. What happened? And here is issue number 12 of Crisis. Only 11 more, kids. I don't have enough.
Pandora went the way of Wang. In the Plastic Man miniseries, just couldn't make it a thing.
There you go. Issue number 19 of Justice Society. And we have issue number 20 of the Justice Society. And you got to give it up to the covers. Whether or not you like the book by Grant Morrison, Final Crisis. The character covers were good. I didn't like those, the other ones.
Yeah, that'd have been just as well served to just have blank pages in between the covers.
Here is Deathstroke number 1 from the New 52. And we have Action Comics number 890. And Birds of Prey. And this is issue number 4. Brightest Day Birds of Prey. Next up, we have Smallville season something. It says issue number 14. That's not bad. The tape around her waist is weird. Kind of makes me want to
at
find
least
out.
you can tell. You can still tell it's a girl.
Yeah, that was back before they went crazy. Here is Superman versus Imperious Lex, and this is issue number 3, part of the Future State. I didn't hate the Future State books. I got to admit that. They weren't horrible. There was a couple of them, like the Legion of Superheroes. I actually bought it, the Bendis one. Ugh. Just, ugh. And this is issue number 3 of the Teen Titans. I think this is a copy as well. This is another double. Batman number 500, the newsstand version. And then we have Adventures of Superman 0. And we've got Superman in Action Comics number 708. I'm not liking this having so many doubles, dude. Here is JLA 100. All right, next up, what do we got? What do we have on the table here, kids?
Well,
this is the last bunch, and then we move on. I will say,
at least as far as the doubles, you're not. This isn't a private auction for one person.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's trying to make lemonade out of lemons.
That is true. Superman number 78, part of the reign of. Here you go, boy. Come on, it's okay. Before he dives down or flies anywhere, he does this bit, like he's gauging how far he's got to fly. That's like just a jump from the computer to my shoulder. Here is Batman. Every epilogue is a prelude, and this is issue number 24, written by the absolute fantastic Tom King. We all know that his Batman run is legendary, and you should pick up issues whenever you can find them. Like, say, at an auction. Okay, I'm fucking. I can't do it. I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm watching this miserable Sunday night game, and something that didn't suck happened. And I was just kind of enjoying that moment.
Number 81. Look, if you're going to only, I doubt that since I've only got this many books left here, I've got the whole mini series. But if you're gonna do an issue of the New Guardians, this isn't the one you want, except for at an auction. Yeah. All righty. Next up, you have Return of the New Gods, and this is issue number 19.
There you go. How the book from the 70s creep in there?
I know, right? I got a couple of them. Here is this one is issue what? Number 16.
Yeah, I believe that's Jerry Conway wrote those, and I think Don Newton might have done the art on some of them.
Firestorm number 82. This is another title I will always try to find, because I've never had a hard time with people wanting Firestorm. Firestorm, I think, is one of those characters that even if you don't go out seeking it when it shows up at the auction, I have people going, you know what? Yeah, let's give Firestorm a try. He's just one of those characters, which actually kind of lends to the everybody might have Spider-Man thing we were talking about. You know, Firestorm is a character that people think is cool. Maybe they didn't try it, so let's give it a shot. You know, like Terry and the Pirates or Amazing Man.
Terry and the Pirates.
Alrighty, it's a real comic, man. I'm not making it
I
up.
know who it is, but I just my grandpa might have read Terry and the Pirates.
They did in 1980s. What was that Marvel thing with a star going across it? Holly Hobby or Strawberry Shortcake and
Star Comics.
Star Comics. That's it had a star going. Okay, yeah, I should have known that. Let's see. Nope, I'm the F. Tom King. Tom King. Firestorm is my favorite African American superhero. Did they turn him black?
Yes. Jason Roush was one of the.
Did they think because he's got fire coming out of the top of his skull, he is a redhead?
No, in fact, the Firestorm you showed in the 80-something issues, that was when the Firestorm was a Russian dude.
Oh, okay.
It hasn't been. It'd been 3 or 4 at least.
Huh. We have Superman Secret Files and Origins back when he was a blue person. He was a blue meanie. I've got a hole in my pocket. All righty, kids. Next up, we have Superman in Action Comics number 651 with Maxima. Of course, this is fun. This is a great run. But if you see Maxima, the one that you really, this one you want, but the one you really want is the annual from Armageddon, where they're making out on Lois's gravestone. Justice League number 69, the tie-in to the Death of Superman.
Yeah, and you know what you really, 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 really don't want now?
What?
A Maxima story from the last couple of years. Because now she's curveless, chestless, and lesbian.
Here's Azrael enter Ra's al Ghul, the Demon Strikes, but they put a little sticker on over the number, and they didn't even. Come on, Hero Trader, you got to let people know what number it is. I guess I could read the indicia, issue number 5. Infinite Frontier. What was this? I've got a vague memory of Infinite Frontier. The hell was this?
Oh, it was hell, it was a couple years ago. So now it's like three DC universes ago.
Yeah, 3 reboots.
Yeah, it was one of those things that was going to be, because I think they had Venditti, Jeff Johns, and I think what a
freaking write-up, dude. You're just selling it, man.
The kid, and wasn't Jeremy Adams the third writer on that?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. This was kind of like a here's what's in store kind of thing.
Yeah.
And because I just saw actually, this isn't bad. And you're right. It's got some badass writers on it. So good book, kids.
Wasn't that like a $10 book?
Let's see. It was $6, $5.99. It will not be $6 in the auction. All right.
But what was I right? Was Jeremy Adams the no-name writer at the time? Because he wasn't.
Jeremy Adams, no name.
Well, it was a couple of years ago. It was before he got Flash.
Let's see. Justice League written by Batman written by James Tynion. Wonder Woman written by Becky Cloonan. Wonder Girl by Joel Jones. Green Lantern written by James Tynion. Maybe this isn't as great. We got some great stories in here, but we also have some stuff we didn't remember. Teen Titans Academy by Tim Sheridan. Superman by Philip Kennedy Johnson. Joshua Williams writing Green Arrow and Black Canary. Stargirl by Jeff Johns. Jeffrey Thorne with Green Lanterns. The Flash by Joshua Williams.
So, actually, Cat, I'm not thinking about Flashpoint Beyond, but it was in that area, and it was like there were like two $10 books that came out a couple months apart.
Dude, yeah, they were like it was Generations or something like that. I remember that. And that wasn't bad. That story.
Yes, Generation Next or Generation something like that. That's what I was thinking of.
Superman Red and Blue, issue number 4. I could not read this. Not because it was bad. I couldn't tell if it was bad, but the red and blue, because it literally is just red and blue colors. It hurt my eyes. I couldn't do it because the way
now how we feel at the end of every auction. Boom. That was for you, Cat.
There you go. All righty. I can show this off, but what's the point? Here's issue number 1008 of Action Comics. Let's see. We've got Doomsday Clock, issue number 11 of 12. I didn't even know it went up that high. I checked out at issue number 4, 5 years into the run. Let's see. Justice League International, number 9. Hey, a copy of that Superman I can't get rid of. Here's issue number 14 of the Bendis run. Here's Superman Red and Blue, issue number 3. And then we have Justice League number 65. Stop it with a Bendis. All righty, let's see. Superman Kal-El returns. Mark Waid. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Okay. Grace Wolfman, Segara, Henry, Haspil, Herbert, Ossio, Miola, Kirby. No, I'm just kidding. And this is the Batman Spawn version, but where's the Batman?
If you're a comic book seller and someone's just bought a box off of you and you have a chance to dump some Bendis off, you're gonna take it.
Yeah, I guess so. Here's Firestorm number 48. There you go. And then we have Firestorm number 68. I'm happy with this. We have more Firestorm. Here is issue number 67. And we have number 76. And we have a keeper. This one, I didn't get issue number 1. This is recent. I've got issue number 2 in my, I actually have a box of new books that I still haven't read a lot of. I'm catching up. But dude, ladies and gentlemen, I missed this one, or I would have. I don't know if I would have put it in the auction because I do need it. This is Justice Society of America, number 1, the gold edition.
I've never seen this.
Yeah, this is. I think Venkman showed me one.
Which version is that? Because I mean, I know it's done in the kind of like the the trade dress of like the early '90s series.
Yeah, but I think this is the modern. I think this is the one that just came out. Gosh, this is in pristine shape too. I mean, eventually it will hit the auction, but I want to make sure that I've got the run. Yeah, this is the one that just came out. Yeah, the current ongoing. Venkman's saying. Let's see. Infinite Frontier book that he is holding is the one alphabetized main universe. Alan Scott. I'm just listening to this stream because I'm blind. It says comic book frog. Jones got sidelined by DC Comics. Says Undead Quinn. Maybe because she was too good. Azrael is basically like if you took the Deus Vault meme and made it a comic book character, says Rhaegar. Maranya saying, which would you rather have at this point, E? Partial Ratatouille box or a bunch of Ratatouille? Especially if it's those titles, because there was enough good stuff in there that I was able to at least get 100 of the $140 I spent on it. So that is pretty good. I try to keep the boxes between 150. If they're a bunch of Silver Age books, I'll go 200. I'm glad I didn't go that high on that. But because it does become more of a risk. All right, this one's going to be put aside. Now that is that for the first box. Should I continue?
I got time to another. I got time to another box.
Okay, cool. These are from the warehouse sale, so I know what's in these boxes. This might actually take less time. I mean, obviously, we're having a conversation as well, and I appreciate this. I appreciate actual conversation during the box because it feels more like a hangout rather than look at this, look at this, look at this. Doing that got me arrested once, by the way. All right. So, anywho,
did you get taken to small claims court?
Oh, what the hell is Evil Black Cat writing your dialogue now?
He doesn't have to.
Okay, that was good. That was good. All righty. I grabbed these because these always looked interesting to me, and I have this weird notion that if it's interesting to me, it might be interesting to you guys.
Wait a second. Have we? You haven't used our allotment yet, have you?
Go ahead. We have not used any, actually.
Oh, fuck you, cat.
Breen has time. Press that.
See, I got to give him props. I know he's one of the funniest kids I have ever met.
Yeah, you got to give
real
props.
life, because I press X for doubt instead of no. That made it funnier.
I think so.
That's good
stuff. As I was saying, these are books that I think are interesting. At one point in time, DC decided, hey, let's do some Silver Age books in the modern time. This is the Doom Patrol. There you go.
I read The Flash from that series yesterday.
Was it good?
Yeah, because it really
Was it awesome?
It was done to resemble the Silver Age, and by and large, they pulled them off. The bad guys switched bodies with the Justice League members, so the Batman's in the Penguin's body and vice versa.
Well, I know I've got more, but here is the Silver Age Dial H for Hero.
Each one had an individual story and then a story that was part of the series.
Okay, so it's got its own meet the character, and then this is the miniseries part.
Yes.
Now, I mistakenly went fishing for Venkman with the Deadly Hands of Kung Fu magazine. I thought they watched Billy Jack, and that would interest him. I'll tell you what, this is for anybody who likes 1960s horror TV. We've got Kochak, Tales of the Frankenstein Agenda, issue number 1.
That'd be 70s, sir.
70s
Yes.
was Kolchak. Well, there you go. Point being, though, I couldn't resist, man. I saw that. I was like, oh yeah, that someone's got interest in that. If I could find the trade paperback, I'd keep a version of it for me. But this one is going to go into a box and be held until I can find issue number 1. This is Ragman issue number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. This is the miniseries that made me love this character. Not just like this. After I read this, I was like, holy shit, this character's cool. If you're Jewish, hey guys, you got a hero. If even if you're not, though, it's a really good story. Yeah, it just blew me away when I first read it. Did you read that story?
I did not.
You did not? I recommend it. Next up, we have Thor, issue number 406. And we have issue number 405. And issue number 402.
Very underrated DeFalco run.
And we have issue 434. And we have issue number 430. Thor's a character also that generally sells. 427. And I think it's because he, like we're saying, he's not Spider-Man. He's famous, but not overly famous outside of course, the movie thing. I think it's just something that everybody, even if you didn't read it, think, well, Thor's cool. There you go. And that is issue number 426. It does have some cover ticks, though.
Yeah, what I liked about DeFalco's run was it felt like Lee and Kirby reincarnated in a way.
Cool.
I mean, you can tell by just looking at the cover art. I mean, because it was mostly Ron Friends and whatnot.
418. Well, this is definitely an homage to the Wrecker's first appearance. He's in the same exact position.
I said all those covers have a resemblance to Lee and Kirby.
We have Thor Annual number 18. And dude, I'm going to try to find an issue number 1 to go with these. But let me tell you something. I can find a number 1 a little easier than I can find any other number outside of Annual number 2. And that is Wonder Man. Here's number 14. So I was really happy to find these at the warehouse. Here's that's number 13. Number 12. We have number 20.
No Hulk yet, Dave. Don't know if there is any.
Not yet. Not yet. Number 16. Here's the problem with the Hulk. I got burned bad. It's just Hulk ended up being a hard one to sell. What Hulk are you looking for? Leave it in the comments, not in the chat. The chat goes away when after the live stream, but the comments won't. So if you guys have specific things, I'll search for them. This warehouse is open every week now, and they're always bringing in new. So I can't make any promise like, hey, next week we'll have, but I'll keep an eye out. I'll keep a list with me, and I'll keep an eye out for it. And obviously Hulk number 1 through 5. Not happening, bro. So yeah. Okay, of course, I mean the original. Wonder Man 15.
So you're saying there's a chance you can get number 6 though?
Yeah. Oh,
cool.
There's like 5 copies already. So
nice.
I always forget it's 6. I really do. I always forget it's 6 issues. Here we have Wonder Man number 11. And we have Wonder Man number 10. And we have Wonder Man number 9. And Wonder Man number 8. Like I said, I'm kind of excited that I was able to find these. Hopefully there will be an audience or somebody out there who's interested in the Wonder Man. My guess is Zach. I think Zach, because of his interest in West Coast Avengers. Oh, I'm mailing you an actual letter with a check, so you have the money up front for the Incredible Hulk number 6. All right. Let's see. I know this is a cheap dollar book, box thing, but hey, I only charge $1 for them. But when I found them, I had to pick them up, Eric. there are some books that are just so fucking 90s you can't not get them. Nomad number 5. Here's Nomad number 4. Nomad number 3. Number 2. And number 1. Yes, they're going to be sold as a set, but come on. I probably wasted the money on these, so but it's so cool. It's Lone Wolf and Cub with a shotgun, dude. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it didn't stop him from ending up dead in the trunk of a car, though, did it?
That's true. That is true. Okay, so next up we have Silver Age Green Lantern. I knew I had more of these. And then we have Silver Age Brave and the Bold with Batman and the Metal Men.
Those are just cool.
And we have Silver Age Teen Titans. And we have Silver Age Secret Files and Origins. Babes. And then we have Secret Origins starring Spectre and Deadman. That's always one of my favorite covers of this, definitely of the Secret Origins. Alrighty, a book that has its fans, but sometimes I can't find them. We have the Nom number 48, the Nom number 47, 46, 45, and 44. Next up, we have the Punisher and the Night Stalkers. This is number 5 of the Night Stalkers. Here's number 4 of the Night Stalkers. And we have number 6 of the Night Stalkers.
That might be the most 90s book I've ever seen.
What, this one in particular?
Yes.
And here is issue number 7 of the Night Stalkers. Number 8 of the Night Stalkers. I have never seen this many of these books. I don't know if I've got a complete run. I was going to check it out, but I've got a damn near complete, or damn near complete if it's not complete. These are called New Year's Evil. And we have the Scarecrow, Mr.
Simonson.
That I could say, Simonson.
There you go.
Yes. All righty. Hulk Smashy's wallet. What is the Hulk? Why is the Hulk? I will not carry. There's no reason I think to ever carry Gogurt Hulk, but I will try. Like it was hard for me to get rid of a bunch of Bronze Age Hulk, and I was like, yeah, is it worth it? I don't know, you know. So, but if you're looking for the Hulk, yeah, absolutely. Nomad is so renegade with Lorenzo Lamas. I think I'm the only one here who likes Lone Wolf. And no, you're not. Lone Wolf and Cub is awesome. I love that book is awesome. Here is, by the way, the Rogues and also Prometheus. This is the first appearance and origin story. He appeared in the Justice League after this. And did I pick up a double? I normally don't do that, but I guess I did because I tried not to. Scarecrow, Dark Nemesis. These I did myself, so if I picked up a double, that's on me. Then we have Dark Side, the Gog. For those of you who might know Resurrection Man, a book that we push from time to time here, the villains, the body doubles. And I think this book is going to get cool from Eric. There was a backup feature in Detective Comics I fell in love with, Archie Goodwin and Walter Simonson. You know what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Manhunter.
Oh, cool.
I told you that's a legitimate.
Now, if you pulled up anywhere from Detective 438 to 445, you would have gotten a more enthusiastic cool, but
which was?
Those were the original issues that was in.
Yes, of course. Yeah, but no, this is real. This is a really good story. What this is a compilation of the backup stories from Detective Comics into one book. It's done very well. This is okay. I've got to be honest though. This is a story where I've got like panels going through my head. I could not tell you much about it, but I remember when I read it, I thought this character was the most, he looked awesome. I loved his costume. I don't know what is on his leg down there, but I loved the costume. I loved the freaking attitude. I loved the fact that he was willing to kill. It was just such a cool book. You know what? This is the most Frank Miller that nobody, not Frank Miller, has ever done. Right here.
I get what you're saying there.
All right. Next up, we have more Thor. That's number 417. And here is issue number 415 and 467. And I just love this cover. I've loved it since I first saw it and thought maybe somebody would be interested in the character. And it's Ray #1.
Hey.
Yeah, it's another character that they made gay nowadays. Yeah. But hey, the book's still good. And like I said, that's a fantastic cover. Let's see. For more Spectre and Deadman, visit Graphic Man's channel on I'm the only one in the audience who likes Lone Wolf and Cub. Maybe so. You might be the only one who knows about it in the audience. And original Hulk is Honey Never Goes Bad. If you didn't know, says Dave. I'll search, man. Trust me. I love the Bronze Age and the 1980s Hulk, all the way up to about when did Hulk start going bad? It was I've got to pick those up. Yeah, probably about the late 90s when they tried. I think they canceled or tried to do a different run.
They, at some point, editorial said make him more savage, and then we got for some fans we got the Maestro out of that. And I know most people like the Maestro a lot more than I did.
I like Future Imperfect, yeah, but
it's not that I disliked it. It's just that I was such a fan of the Pantheon Hulk, that run when he started getting angrier and more savage, and then it kind of started losing it for me. But
do you have a title that you think is it just looks cool, but you've never read it?
I'm trying to think what I haven't read.
I do. Our Worlds at War. This annual series, I have never read it, but really? Every freaking cover is just top notch.
It was, even the Harley Quinn was good in that. But of course, that was also 2000, 2001.
Well, that's World's Finest, and I also have the Green Lantern and the Batman and the JSA.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if it was just like a more grandiose version of Invasion.
JLA.
But because I don't really recall that series. I just remember I liked it when I read it.
And Young Justice. Yeah, man. You know what? I've got to start reading these things, man. They're comics. I got a comic book channel. I should be reading comics. The Ray is another underrated DC superhero, says Dominic. I like, but I don't like they pulled an Iceman on him when they decided to bring him back for DC Rebirth. Lone Wolf and Cub is a classic manga series, says Dominic. Hulk went bad after Peter David left.
Well, see, now it went bad while he was still there, but I don't think it was his fault.
Okay.
Just like I think no writer has had more editorial interference heaped on him undeservedly than Peter David. If you look at what happened to him on Supergirl, the Hulk, I think X Factor is probably the only thing where he was left alone because nobody cared, and he turned that into as good an X book as was on the shelves.
Okay, so here's something cool about this warehouse. Occasionally, the modern day book will show up that's actually not bad, and you don't have to spend the amount of money that they charge on the shelf for it. So I can honestly tell you, whoever gets this book has got a gem. Look at, I am being 100% serious here. This isn't me trying to push something bad. It's one of the titles I'm just looking forward to most every week is Justice Society and Stargirl. Now Stargirl is over, but this is where it began, right here, the new golden age.
Oh, wow.
This is pretty damn good, and yeah, check it out.
Even I have that.
Yeah, good stuff. Green Lantern once teamed up with Power Girl. There you go. Also, we have.
I don't acknowledge that Power Girl.
That's Justice League Europe Power Girl with that yellow and white suit. You like?
Well, they had a dress code, I guess.
There you go. Jeff Johns and Reyes with an Ethan Sciver cover. We've got Green Lantern number 14. And
no, Ash. I meant at the time.
Number 16.
Yeah, let me get that. Let me say that. At the time that it was published, no, I'm not comparing it to those other two that you're talking about.
That at the time they did that thing where you had X-Men Red, X-Men Gold, and X Factor. They kind of rebooted the whole system, and they didn't renumber, but they rebooted the whole system, and X Factor had that restart, and that was the first Peter did.
Okay, again, as I'm talking about
number 17,
the 2000s run, not the early 90s.
And then we have number 21. Now we have issue number what is that? That is 22. And we have Green Lantern number 23. And here is issue number 24. And we have Final Night Parallax. And then we have a Halloween Comic Fest free comic, whatever. I guess it's free comic book day or Halloween Comic Fest Batman Adventures number 1. There we go. Not stamped. Let's see. Next batch. Actually, I think I did pretty good here, guys. All right, there we go. These will probably start at $2 each, maybe a bit higher, but I was so happy to find a whole bunch of these because what I was talking to the owner, I used to work for him. We're friends now. And I said, well, you know, you guys are going through these, I assume, and you're picking out like the Hulk number 1s, Amazing Fantasy 15s. He says, yeah. But I know my people, the younger versions, of course, don't know as much as, say, you know, somebody our age. And occasionally some really good books go through. Unfortunately, I haven't found any $15, $20 books, except for like, you know, a few from here or there. But these tend to run $2 to $5, maybe sometimes more, depending on what they are. I've had a couple of them, none in this great shape. But here's Silver Age Classics. This is Brave and the Bold. Oh, goodness gracious. I used to know the number by heart. 28, right? Yeah. Goodness gracious. I was blanking. And then we have this was the first, I think, yellow Batman. This is Detective Comics number 137. Oh, no. And also the first elongated. Is this the first appearance of elongated? No. This is the first issue that he shows up. Here we have the Green Lantern, Green Arrow. There we are.
See, I barely remember these. I remember the Millennium ones.
Yep.
But I don't remember these. I never see these anymore.
The Green Lantern number 1. Oh, no. Showcase 22.
Yep.
Showcase 4. I should know this one by heart. 257, right?
247.
247. See,
now, do the Silver Age Classics reprint the book verbatim, or
I think it just has I don't think it has all the advertisements.
Okay, because I know the Millennium ones do, and the ones they're doing now do, and I think that's a way cooler way to do it.
Yeah. No, this got modern advertisements, but it does have. But you do have the story. Hey! These are still freaking cool. But yeah, this one's the first appearance of the Legion of Superheroes. And then we have the first appearance of Supergirl. Okay, let's test his skills, people.
Boy, did you go into protect my auction mode quick.
I know, right? Okay, first appearance of.
I can't even see that.
First appearance of.
No idea.
Martian Manhunter.
Oh,
Also, what it says right there.
nah. Like I said, I don't have this full screen, so I'm watching the chat on the side. So I'm blind anyway.
No worries. Sugar and Spike. This one was weird to me. Wait, you got all these cool superhero titles, and then you got Sugar and Spike.
Have you ever read one?
No, in all honesty, I haven't. I can't speak to it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
They have their own language that everybody but adults can understand. But when they speak, it's just all gibberish. The adults hear gibberish, but yeah, the kids, hear perfect English.
Comic Frog is saying we could have had an auction tonight. We could have, but as Maranya is saying, not without 48 hours notice to Maranya. There you go. All right, so Batman number 470. I don't think I picked bad books here. What do you think so far?
I'm liking them.
Yeah. Issue number 473. So we got some Maxi Zeus. Here is number 474. And then we have issue number 460 something. I'm sorry, I couldn't see it. There it is, 468, right? No, 469. There we go.
469.
All righty. Then we've got a mini series. I was thinking, I don't know if anybody's going to want this one. It's, but what the hell? Let's give it a try. It is Metal Men. That's issue number 1. And we have issue number 2. I like the way they're forming the number 2. That is pretty cool. And then we have issue. Oh wow, they do that on all the covers. I didn't notice that while I was picking up issue number 3. And here is issue number 4. Issue number 5. And issue number 6. So we have that mini series going for us. So how about it? Any Metal Men fans out there? 474, that cover rocked. Let's see. Actually, yeah, I guess I could have said, hey, if you see something you like, you want to bid on it, sure. Didn't even think about that. Didn't even think about doing that. But you're right. If I'm doing an unboxing, why not say, hey, bidding starts at, like I could do a straight up, if I paid a certain amount, bidding starts at a certain amount. If anybody wants it, then sure. Let's see. Maranya is honestly a huge part of the auction. She legit keeps track of the auction better than the England team does. Dude, you're right. That is a very accurate statement, and I don't know why I'm angry. So, okay, kids, next up. Sold some before. Why not try it again? Here's issue number 7 of the Phantom. These covers are effing awesome, by the way. Here is issue number 2 of the Phantom. I will always pick up the Phantom Spirit. Except for I had a question because I found some Spirit, but they were to the DC run. I think it was Paul Dini doing the artwork, though. I don't know. Did you read anything about? Did you read that Spectre run?
Spectre or Spirit?
I meant the Spirit. I am saying the Spectre, and I'm meaning the Spirit. Yes. Here's issue number 4.
No, I didn't.
And then we have issue number, is this one? No, issue number 21. There you go. And then we have issue number 3. And I have to, I might hold on to this and try to find a number 1 if I don't have it here. Here's issue number 2. And then we have issue number 3 and issue number 4. You ever read the DC run of Phantom?
No, because I was going to say that in the late 80s, there was
number 5,
Phantom, Shadow, Doc Savage.
Yep.
The only one I read was the Shadow. And
I
I don't know why. No reason one way or the other why I didn't.
All righty. Now, in the other box, I had issue number 8. I know I'm missing one issue here. I need to find Justice 1 through 4. And then one other book, fingers crossed, I'm missing number 8 here, but we have Justice number 5. Always love this cover, man.
I'm going to go grab another Coke. I'll be right back.
All righty. And we have Justice number 6. And here is Justice number 7. Yay! All righty. The one book that came in the blind box is the one I'm missing, because here's number 9. I had number 8. Here's number 9. And here's number 10. So 1 through 4 is the one that I miss. I need to fill us up. So I'm going to hold this back and then complete the mini series. Here's number 11 and number 12. Because this is an awesome this is a great mini series. If you haven't checked it out, do so. It's especially when I get it together and put it up for auction. That would be awesome. Awesome. Let's see. The donkeys are keeping track. How much for Kolchak? That'll probably start off at $1. I'm a fan of the metal mint, says Dominic. Cool. Donkeys keep track because they need to know how much to ask for in the settlement. A lot of paternity suits. Diablo 4 beta is over, so I'm here now. Well, congratulations. I hope you won. That Justice series has such... Yeah, they do. Really? I mean, that is really cool. All of them are Alex Ross. As a matter of fact, Alex Ross does the interiors, too, if I remember correctly. I think that was one of the sales. Yeah. Yeah, Alex Ross does the interiors as well. Basically, what this is, it's the Super Friends. All the heroes are from the Super Friends. All the villains are the Legion of Doom. So it makes it really cool. All righty. We are cooking with gas, I guess, as the kids say these days. Oh, I did pick up some of them. I did. Let's see. Here's another mini series, which is funny because I think I also picked up the trade paperback. But we have 1, 2, and 3 of Justice League Midsummer Night's Dream. This is what started off. This was, I think, this is Mark Waid. Yeah, Mark Waid and Fabian Nietzsche, and this is the mini series that led to the Grant Morrison run of Justice League being done, and it is awesome. I've got number 3, number 2, and number 1. That's the whole series. It's really cool. Highly recommend this. Next up, shit. I can't sell these. There's a problem with these. Iron Man 255. Iron Man 228. Here's Iron Man 264. Iron Man 265. And Iron Man 254. Unfortunately, I can't sell them because they belong to Maranya. So there you go. All right. Or at least the ones she doesn't have belong to her. I
thought you were going to say because they weren't written by Chris Cantwell.
Of course, that too. Yeah, but there you go. All righty. So we have for the LKs of the world, we have from Hero Graphics, the League of Champions. That's number 1.
Oh, I thought you found a comic book called I Hate Everything.
I think there is one of those. We have issue number 2. And we have issue number 3 of the League of Champions. All righty. Next up, I had the individual issues, and here's the trade paperback of no, wait, that's different. This is the first chapter. Oh, okay. So yeah, you get that mini series, and next up is this. Cool. Not just LK in England team. Come on. Hey, if you're into the Hero Graphics, you know, obviously when I say that, I just know like LK is the one that put me on track for Hero Graphic Comics. So, okay, I go and I say I'm fishing. It's like if I get a couple of Vampirella mags, I know everybody can buy into them, but it's Venkman who's big into Vampirella. He's the one that got me searching. Let's see. Run those issues by me again, please, and I'll check the ledger. All right. Let's see. Where'd they go? We have issues number 254, 255, 264 and 265, and 228. There you go. If you can use any of them, give me a heads up. I'll put the ones you don't need into the auction, and I'll send you the others. I'm slowly building this miniseries. I now only need number 2. It's Generation Next. I've had some of the Apocalypse miniseries up already. Once again, this is an awesome. This is the first chapter of the Grant Morrison run. It is amazing. Alrighty, then we've got Will Eisner's The Spirit, New Adventures. I guess I needed number 2, but I won't wait for it to put it out. But we've got issue number 1. And we have issue number 3. And issue number 4. Cool stuff. Alrighty. Oh. Bum, bum. Next up, we have some showcase. Here is 95, number 11. 95, number 10. Showcase 95, number 9. This is another book I'll always get. Number 8. Number 7. Number 6. Number 5. Oh, man, almost made it. But there you go. Alrighty. And then we had Green Lantern. Now here's Green Lantern Corps, not Corpse, issue number 21. And then we have, for the Magnola fans, we have Hellboy, Winter Special. There you go. A book that I think is cool, and gosh darn it, I'm going to keep buying it until you guys accept it, that it's cool as well. Here is Power of the Atom, issue number 10. Back me up on this. Cool. Thumbs up or thumbs down there, Eric?
Oh, thumbs up. It's Roger Stern. It was for okay. The Atom had been so serious in the 80s with the Sword of the Atom series.
Sword of the Atom? Yeah.
And at the end of the last one, they basically killed off all the people that he'd come to basically live his life with, including Princess Leowatha or whatever the name is.
Yeah.
And so the Power of the Atom series was a lot lighter in tone. And I'm pretty sure the guy that he's hanging around with is the one that he lost his wife to.
Oh, wow.
But they became friends.
Number 13. Well, that's cool to know. Thank you for that. I appreciate that kind of build up. We have issue number.
Might not be I'm not 100% sure I'm right about that, but I know it was fairly tongue in cheek because it was also at the same time as the Justice League International. You had the Blah era, and I said Roger Stern was the writer, so you know it's good.
Here's issue number 16, and that is that for the Power of the Atom for now anyway. All righty. Oof. Next up,
no,
we have.
Wait a minute, no, Eric, because he ended up with a woman that made his wife look like 5 miles of bad road. So until she got killed, he came out. He was way on top.
Struggling to think of a great miniseries that were only 4 issues. Wolverine, Dark Knight Returns. It's going to be one of those things where after we stop doing this, you could come up with 8 or 10 great 4-issue miniseries.
4-issue miniseries.
4 issues, just 4 issues of a miniseries. The Wolverine by Frank Miller, The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller. Just 4 issues. A lot of those prestige formats are coming in. I mean, like Green Arrow Longbow Hunters is 3 issues. Does that count, or does it have to be 4? Because Hawk World I would include in that as well.
I would honestly, yes, for 4-issue miniseries, the original Hawkeye.
Oh yes, yeah, great.
Hercules,
Sword of the Atom.
Oh, the 3 Hercules. The 2 Hercules miniseries in the 80s were really, really fun. The Falcon was very, very good.
Obviously, you can only have so many legendary miniseries.
Oh, yeah.
And the Frank Miller ones, the Wolverine and the Dark Knight Returns, are legendary.
Yeah.
But when you just go good, great, that kind of thing, it opens up a lot of doors.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think you're going to find anything to go into the class with those two.
6 issues. I was about to say Man of Steel, but that's 6 issues. So.
Yeah, that's 6 issues. I said, yeah, Man of Steel, Legends. Actually, I thought Kitty Pryde and Wolverine was damn close to
8.
That's 6.
Yep. I thought that was 8. Okay,
Nope.
It's only 6.
But you had to have a legitimately kick-ass idea at the time to get a miniseries greenlit. I mean, in the 80s, it wasn't just anybody with an idea that well, that's not. And now it's not good enough to be a book. We'll do this.
We'll make it a miniseries.
Yeah.
Now they're hedging their bets and they're saying, well, it's a miniseries unless you like it. Okay, guys, next up we have Superman Man of Tomorrow. This is the book that they put out to
5th
go
week book.
Yeah, so for a year would show up.
Yes.
All righty. And then we have Superman the Earth Stealers. This is a prestige format one shot. There you go.
West Coast Avengers first miniseries.
There you go. Wonder Man issue number 7. And another issue number 9. So I did the doubles thing to myself here. But so far, 2 a box. Not bad. Here's number 6. Number 7. Oh, that number 6 was an 8. This is a number 6. I got to put my glasses back on. And here's number 5. And here is number 4.
And Black Cat's throwing out Kingdom Come and Marvels.
Number 3, great books, great series. And then we have number 2. I will try to find a Wonder Man number 1. They're hard to find because somebody would, I think he's going to be in a movie, and the speculators grabbed it up and they're waiting for the trailer that Wonder Man shows up in now. After that, we'll be able to find a shit ton of them. They're going to be like $50 at first, but then they're going to crash their asses like everything else does after those dumbasses are done with them. All right, there we go. This is Wonder Woman or Wonder Man. It's so Pavlovian. You say Wonder and Woman goes after. There you go. A good set of those, as well as let's see. We've got Green Lantern, the Sinestro Corps special number 1. I did not know that this was a variant cover.
I didn't either.
I really didn't. Johns and Van Sciver. You do the interiors too?
Yeah, I'm not going to say it's great, but it's very, very, very good. The first Green Arrow miniseries, which was DC's first miniseries.
The Mike Grell one, yeah.
No, it was pre-Grell.
This is the other one, by the way. Sinestro Corps special number 1. And then we have the Sinestro Corps Secret Origins and Files. And then we have Green Lantern Corps number 1. Number 14. Number 15. Number 16. Number 17. And number 18. And to close this one out, we have number 20 with Mongol.
Yeah, Glinzer, they were. At that time, DC was crafting Crisis, just trying to figure out a way to survive the 80s.
Oof. Okay. Arg. There we go. Let's see. Where's a box? Do I have a box top? I don't have a box top. Uh-oh. Alrighty. And next up, I've got to have a box top around here. I've got box tops all over the freaking room, but none in reach. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now I can do this without dropping everything. Next up, kids, we have Fantastic Four, number 302.
Technically, yes, Ash, but I think they call 12 issues maxi series.
Yeah. And then we have 303. I got these because we've never had this run of Fantastic Four before. So I figured, okay, let's put these up there. Let people fill out some more of their Fantastic Four runs.
I think that's Englehart.
I think that's the Thing. All righty, next one, 309. And then we have 316 or 18. My eyes can't. There we go. Here's 16. Love the cover. Love the cover. The Thing versus the Hulk, ladies and gentlemen. Issue number 320. And they fight under the shadow of doom. And let's see. There's Lady Thing and there's She-Hulk. And they said, hey, you know what? Let's make them fight. That is issue number 321. Hey, we kind of fought him in our game, guys. We've got Graviton here in issue number 322. Next up, we have issue number 323 with Mantis. Wait, didn't she marry Kang at some point in time?
No, she married a tree. That was
right.
That was in the form of the swordsman.
Yeah.
Like the TODD or whatever the hell that was.
Steve Englehart kind of went wild with Mantis. I know he was like he put her in everything.
Well, he put her in the Justice League when he wrote it for a year.
Yeah.
And then he brought her back in Silver Surfer when he was writing that in the late 80s.
Number 329. Yeah, he was obsessed with Mantis. Didn't he did a mini series for an independent company or something, or a series that he made a Mantis character in that too?
It could have.
Didn't that happen?
Possible.
Yeah, go figure. I'll tell you what, I've always liked the design of Mantis, but the movies did it better. That is one of the characters that the movies did better. Here's issue number 330 of Fantastic Four.
Well, that's it. That's not the same character.
I know.
I mean, not even close.
Yeah, that's true. Here's 331, but I like that character better than the comics one. All right, 331. Don't tell MARANYA, but I kind of like the movie Tony Stark better than I do the comic book one. We have Fantastic Four 332. Do you remember this run here?
Vaguely.
Yeah.
I've read a few. I actually have a bunch of them in the other room that I could probably read and get a little bit more familiar with the run.
I bought some miniseries. Obviously, I said I'm going to hold this back. I'm going to hold that back. I got away with this being only one because it's in the bag. But this is a freaking awesome. You want to talk about a good 4-issue miniseries there, Ash? Here's one. It's called Code of Honor. It was a follow-up to the Marvels. Now, there's a lot of stuff like Blockbuster, which was a painted series, which they were just going off the, hey, people like Marvels. They like the painted series. Let's do this and that. They did a Tales to Astonish. But there are a few that really do follow the formula of Marvels. And this is one of them. This character right here, he's the main character. He's a cop. And they just want to show you what it's like being a cop in New York in the Marvel Universe. And it goes through his whole career from rookie on up to old seasoned cop. At one point in time, this actually happens in a comic. I want to say it's a Punisher comic but it might be somebody else's book that the Punisher appears in. But there's a scene where Punisher faces down a cop and the cop's got a gun on him and he lets the Punisher go. And wonders, did he do it because he likes what the Punisher is doing or because he's afraid of the Punisher? And I thought the fact that they brought this scene from a comic book into this miniseries was pretty cool. But it's one of those things, like, how can you be a cop in the Marvel Universe with superpowers and all that kind of stuff? It's really a good miniseries, but unfortunately, I'm missing number 2 right now. So when I find it, I'm going to put it out for a sale at the auction.
Chuck Dixon wrote that, didn't he?
Is that a Dixon book? It is. Yes. We talked about it in that interview. I mentioned this is one of my favorite books. I asked him what.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You asked. That's right. You asked him who's going to write the sequel if he dies.
Yeah. All righty, kids. We have from Innovation Comics, Dark Shadows. Here's issue number 1. And have issue number 2 right here. Is there 1 or 2 books in here? Yep, just the 2, 1 or 2, or I meant 2 or 3. Alrighty, and then we have another Dark Shadows number 1. And then we have Dark Shadows number 3 and number 4.
Yeah, there were 2 full 4-issue miniseries. They started a third and went out of business after the first issue.
Oh, okay. So my guess, from what I'm looking at, this says book 1 of 4. Okay, but it has no title. When you mentioned that, I looked and I saw not. Okay, no, that's not some. I thought that was the title here. Then you got this just says Dark Shadows number 3. Oh, okay. This one says Emotion and a Spirit Part 1. This is Dark Shadows number 3 and 4. No subtitle. Oh, yep. No subtitle.
And obviously that one's patterned after the 91 Ben Cross series.
And then you have Dark Shadows, Something Stranger, The Sisters Next Door event. Okay, hold on. Something Thought Part 2. And this is something. I'll figure it out when I have my glasses on. But anyway, Dark Shadows comics, guys. Alrighty, this one
very well done too, by the way.
This one is for me, and this one's going to be going into the collection because I didn't get the 22 annual. Alrighty, but we do have Captain America number 350. This is
where he becomes Captain America again.
This is a thing where it's like, guys, I hope you like Captain America. I hope you like Captain America. Okay, we have issue number 270. And we have issue number, the 370. And here's 370, 373, 374, 376. We have issue number 377, 379, Enter Nefarious, 394, issue number 407. Hey, we sold one of those last night. Here is 406. Wait a second. Oh, 409. I was about to say 418 with the D-Man, 423, and then we have 425, and it's shiny. We have issue number 426. Here is annual number 11. This is a special tribute to Captain America. And I looked through it. It's not a comic book as much as it is an encyclopedia. So it gives you characters, villains, so forth and so on. His apartment. You know, how they also did that with Daredevil and such like that. You know, how is a superhero able to train and all that? Captain America Annual number 9. And then we have issue number 335, 336.
That's some good stuff right there.
And we have issue number 343. And we have issue number 346, 347.
So that's the John Walker as Captain America run.
Okay. 353, 355, 365. We have issue number 366 and issue number 368. There's a battle Captain America's about to lose. And then we have issue number 369. So we got some cool Captain America issues, guys. Somebody said, bring us some X-Men. I found, oh my gosh, I found some, and it looked like somebody read them with Wolverine's claws. It was really sad, but these are the ones that I thought were in shape enough to sell. We have 306, and we have 309. 310, 291, 293, 298, and 299. So yeah, somebody said, hey, go get some X-Men, and I found some X-Men. If you have specific numbers, and I cannot promise, like I said, let me know in the comment section of any unboxing video. Preferably one of the more recent ones, but there you go. When I do an unboxing, if you see a book and you go, hey, oh, hey, can you get this? Can you try to find that? Let me know. I'll make a list, and I'll make sure I take it with me. What's the Bank Cross series? Never thought much of Dark Shadows TV show. Is the comic better? It's
a Ben Cross, the actor, played Barnes in the '91 series. That's what the Innovation series is based on. Okay. Not the original soap.
Zach saying I need that lady fight issue of F4. Yeah, Englehart, but a little underwhelming, says Jackson Raker. The lady thing is all too common in 2023. Oh, I rode the Graviton at the fair, says David Asanowitz. Kang wanted to marry Mana, says Maranya, but the tree form of swordsman ended up marrying her to become Celestial Madonna. Comic Frog is saying, anyone picking up Titans this week? I'll at least read it. Is it a number one? I'll pick it up. The movie version of Tony Stark is closer to the Michael Michelin and Layton run, and also Denny O'Neil run. So I agree with you. Okay. Never read Code of Honor, says Ash. Ash, dude, I'm telling you, it's good. I appreciate it. If you like the Marvels and that kind of setup and everything, there's not to spoil anything. It doesn't really spoil the story. It starts in the first issue. He comes across the Kingpin, and he's wondering, should he do anything? You know, because everybody sees him as something, as a straight-laced guy, and he confronts the Kingpin, and the Kingpin throws $1,000 bill at him. It says, "Thank you for your time, officer," and he just throws $1,000 bill out the window for him, and the cop looks at it. It's $1,000. What should I do with it? So he picks it up and he puts it in his wallet, and he says to himself, if I never spend this, I'll never be corrupt. What happens to that $1,000? Something comes up, and it's really an emotional scene, and I completely appreciate it. But yeah, it's a good book. Good book. Let's see. Ben Cross played Barnabas Collins on TV, the TV reboot of Dark Shadows. No Captain America 25 from 2017. Lame. Yeah, that book was. I got to say, I love being in the chat. I could take bathroom breaks. Rug is always looking for the X-Men. Oh, you know what? I looked into it. The Nightcrawler miniseries. I was like, how did that happen? It wasn't on the page that I had for him. I do apologize for that, but I did save it out. I'll send it along. Let's see. I have a large Hawaiian punch ball. Ooh, nice. As long as you don't take the camera in the back. Oh, okay. I love Marvels as well. Great miniseries there, Ash. Speaking of old Shellhead, please save 254 and 255. All righty, and everything else is going to be in the auction. 254 and 255. Leave a DM for me, Maranya, in the Twitters, just so I don't forget, because apparently I put it back in the box. So, all righty, let's keep going. You're still okay? You're still good for going?
Yeah, I got a few more minutes.
Cool, because I'm actually on halfway through the last box.
Wow.
Yeah, I just went ahead. We seem to be enjoying the conversation and everything. Look, I understand I had to ask you guys, do you like the Captain America books? But in all honesty, I truly hope you like the Avengers.
Oh.
Obviously this isn't going to be Avengers 1 through 100 or anything like that, but it's been a long time since I had a lot of Avengers. So I said, you know what? Pick them up, get them all. Why not? Oh, I guess some of these are different than Avengers as well. Okay. Not all of these are, I thought all of them were, but here we go. Avengers West Coast Annual number 8. And then we have Batman number 413. And then we have Batman 463. And we have Thor again, and this is issue number 399. And then we have issue number 398, it looks like. This is an homage. The next one is an homage to a Silver Age cover. This is issue number 394. There you go. It is possibly my favorite cover. What about you? Thor.
Oh, yeah.
This is one that Silver Age, he's in the storm and everything. It looks so good.
I'd have to think about that one.
You got 393. And then we have 392. And 386.
Too bad there's not a 390 in there.
390 is
the first cover appearance of the Captain.
We have issue number 394. I just noticed this, though. You see it? I did not see that in the store. Okay. All righty. Next up, we have the Avengers Annual number 18. It's something like I've got the light of the computer shining on it. I can see stuff I can't see in the overheads. We have Annual number 15.
These are good. It's good stuff.
And then we have West Coast Avenger number 6. Avengers number 264. Avengers number 286. That was 284. This is 286. And then we have 287. This is the Druid. Captain Marvel is the leader series, right?
Mm-hmm.
288. Here's 290. I don't think we've had a lot of this run. We've had more of the like early 200s than we ever had of this run. Here is 283. And 290, that's 293, 294. And then we have 298. Here's 299. I don't see 300 here, but here is this is the 1998 annual starring the Avengers and the Squadron Supreme. Is this Heroes Reborn Avengers, or is
yes?
That, yeah. And then we have 326. And we have issue number 327. We had this issue, not the one I'm holding, but the next one a few weeks ago. Here is 328. With rage. And then we have issue number 329. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come to announce the new team of Avengers. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, dun, 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 dun. Amazing Spider-Man as Spider-Man is Amazing Friends. Co-starring a little French poodle. There we go, 262.
That is one of the most fun issues.
And then we have 265. The Rage of the Beyonder. Next up, we have issue number 272. There we go. And then we have issue number 274. There's a lot of Avengers.
Part of one of the best Avengers stories of all time.
Yeah, cool.
It's where a group of villains take over Avengers Mansion. It's called Siege.
Yeah.
And it's phenomenal.
Let's see. The Absorbing Man has gone toe-to-toe with Thor. Titania has held her own against the She-Hulk. And now only Ant-Man and the Wasp are home to stop them.
And the way they do is pretty clever.
All righty.
Because they
cool.
Goliath and Mr. Hyde basically beat Hercules to death.
Oh, wow.
In fact, they pronounce him dead.
283.
But his heartbeat's is so slow and intermittent that they thought he was dead.
Yeah.
And that yeah, the storyline, you know, he doesn't
314.
He doesn't miraculously get better in time for the last fight. I mean, he's down for the count. And about 10 years later in Thunderbolts, when Goliath's become Atlas and turned good, and Hawkeye's, you know, hanging out with Thunderbolts, Hercules finds out that's the same guy, and he basically goes to kill him. And Hawkeye has to talk him down. And he basically says, you know, in honor of our friendship, I will stand down, but we're not friends anymore. This is it. It's like I said, it's back when Marvel remembered the stories that came before and stuff, and it all started in that Siege storyline, which was, like I said, really, really good, because when they get in the Avengers Mansion, they tear up all of Captain America's. They get in his Foot Locker and tear up all of his personal possessions, including his Babe Ruth signed baseball. And it's really cute because they've got him tied up and they're making him watch them do all this shit.
Oh, the poll has 32 votes. At fourth place, DCEU, the movies, it has 9%. At third place, the comic verse only has 16%. The Paul Dini, the animated TV series, it comes in second with 31%, and the DC animated movies comes in first with 44% of the votes, kids. There you go. Good times. Thank you. I actually wondered about that. Do I agree with that? I don't know, because those animated TV series, it was going to be between one of those, either the movies or the TV series for me. Now, if you include the history of the DC comics, I would definitely go comics, though. I'd definitely go comics. And to answer Zach's question, please tell me these are going to be spread out over several auctions. I can't blow all my comic money in one night. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. My plan is to get all of the boxes of comics that I got, and I'm going to just kind of like with the Marvel 2-in-1s. I've got so many Marvel Tales, the Avengers. I'm just going to do lots of 10. And so there will only be one in every auction, and I'm just going to try to do the next 3-4 auctions tonight or tomorrow or whenever I have a chance. So yeah, they will be spread out over. I'm just happy I'm kind of, you know, flush for the next few weeks and everything. So you're actually seeing what's going to happen with the next 3 weeks. These and the Marvel Tales and Marvel Triple Action and such that were in the last couple of auctions. Not the same books, because I do have more, are going to show up as well. So plus I'm still going to go to the warehouse every week to try to get Big Dog or something along those lines if I can. Once again, if you're looking for a variant cover, let me know about it. I'll look for it. Or what kind of variant covers are you interested in? Because they've got a few Silver Age and a lot of variants. It was so depressing to me after buying those detectives and the Action Comics and the Lois Lanes to go in and see that. I was like, oh, what did they bring in? They're going to bring in new stuff. And it was just a bunch of variant covers. I was like, oh, that's heartbreaking, man. To me, that's a bit of a slide. But if you're looking for a variant, let me know. Okay, let's continue here. We've got Avengers number 315 and Somebody's Ass. There you go. Whose ass are we looking at here? The Enemy Revealed. Okay, so this is the Enemy.
It might be Nebula. I can't remember.
Yeah, the Enemy works out. That's all we know. Okay. Then we have issue number 316. And then we have issue number 317. Well, in issue number 318, Nebula is triumphant. And we have 319, Crossing the Line. And here is 320. I wonder if I've got the whole series. This is what of what? Part 2 of 6. Okay, part 3 of 6. Please let me have the whole thing. That's 21. Here's 22, so that's part 4 in this. Okay. And then we have 323. Now, what number was this? This was part 4 of 6. Huh. I don't know if I made it because the next one is going back to the Acts of Vengeance, and this is issue number 313. All righty. Hey, here's 300. All righty. We have the books leading up to it, and here's 301. And we have 302. And here is 303. And here is 305. No, 304? What? 307. That's a Jack Kirby-esque monster. And then we have 309, 308. And then we have 309. And a character I just got to find out about. Ever since the official handbook of the Marvel Universe, I was interested in Blastar, but I don't think I've ever read but one comic with him, and that's the Marvel 2-in-1 But yeah, I'm just not familiar with him.
He started in Fantastic Four like 62 or something.
Okay. Do a first comic book origins.
And he was in the Abnett and Lanning Guardians also.
Like a member of the team?
No. A
villain. I thought he was a villain. Yeah. I remember. Okay. Let's see. It's because more people have seen the DCEU than any of those other things you put in the Pulse's radar. That fashion sense for the enemy, it's like likely the Wasp unless she appears on the cover elsewhere. Okie dokie, that poll is telling us a lot. Man, no one likes DC Comics past or present compared to the animated universe. Can't argue that. I can tell you, however, that anytime I find a What If comic, I don't care what run it's in, I'm going to be picking it up. Here's issue number 1 of the volume 3. You know they count that one shot as a volume? That's kind of silly, but there you go. All right, here is issue number 3. What if Steve Rogers had refused to give up being Captain America? Later, a PSR book. Okay. What if Jessica Jones had joined the Avengers?
Parents, or was it Parents Strongly something?
I have no idea. Recommended? I don't know. Here's issue number 53. And this is What If 3 bone-chilling tales of alternate realities. Okay. Let's see. Do we have a what if, or are you just going to do the what if Iron Man of 2020 had been stranded in the past? What if the leader became the Hulk, it looks like? What if Rick Jones remained the Hulk? Oh, okay. I get it. This is continuations of other ones. Okay. I got it. Here is what if Storm had remained a thief? Here is what if Fantastic Four battled Doctor Doom before they got powers? Here is what if Fantastic Four had all of the same powers? And here is what if Batman and Robin faced down the diabolical network. It's World's Finest, issue number 312. Focus. There you go. And then we have World's Finest, issue number 315. And issue number 317. We have issue number 320. All righty. And then we have The Flash, Secret Files and Origins of 2010. We got Jeff Johns and Scott Collins on this one. All right. Next up, from the Barry Allen series, we have Flash number 22. And then we have Flash number 21. And here is Flash 1 million. And we have the Flash number 5. There you go. And then we have Retroactive Flash. Who is the newest and most dangerous of villains? Would that be Golden Glider if it's retro?
Good question. What decade is that one? Because those retros, they did like 3 or 4 decades for each major character.
Oh, this is 80s. Classic tale from the 80s.
So I guess that could be Barry or Wally.
I'm right about the dangerous villain, though. All righty. So then we've got Kilgore versus the Flash in the Flash number 4. All right. We're almost done with the box here, kids. Oh, my goodness. Next up, we have Neil Gaiman and P. Craig Russell writing a book called The American Gods. This is issue number 1. And then we have The Adventures of Superman, and this is annual number 1. Some John Byrne action. And then we have Action Comics annual number 2. Now, we talk about how Tom King writes books and they go off the rail at 6, 7, 8, if it's a 12-issue miniseries. But book 1 is awesome. I've only read the first 2. I'm still waiting to get the rest at my comic shop. But kids, I'm going to recommend you a Tom King book, which was recommended to me by Mr. Eric Breen, Danger Street number 1. It's good. This book is good. I don't know about 3, 4, 5, and 6. But the first book I could say is good. How has it held up?
Well, I said issue 6 came out, and I know you're shocked. Lady Cop is a lesbian.
Not even a little bit. I would have said that about the 1970s Lady Cop.
And the kid from the Dingbats at Danger Street. Yeah, it's every other word is an F-bomb.
No,
the story's kind of help, but it's the
wheels
starting
to
crack a
come
little.
off.
Yeah, we'll wobble a little bit.
Tom King, man, you really want to talk about Tom King? I was actually, I'll do a video because it's one of the commissioned ones anyway. Is Tom King really that good, or really that bad? Was the commission? And so I thought, okay, I've got to read all the Tom King stuff and find out, so and so.
Now I heard that in that latest one where Ice supposedly killed Guy Gardner was actually a ruse that they planned. So that kind of maybe gets him off the hook a little bit for that. But Strange Adventures, when he turned Atlanta into just a ball-busting bitch. And again, like I said, I don't know why. Yeah, like I said, Lady Cop just casually mentions her wife or girl, whatever. It's like, does every story have to have representation? Everyone, even if it's just casual mention, because like I said, it's statistically improbable. But yeah, I mean it's minor, but it's like it's coming in everything you read. And I know it makes me sound like a homophobe because I'm starting to rail on this, but it's everything, every story.
Well, I can agree that people are getting. You mentioned it's fatigue. I can see, and I can see why. Because here's the thing: we had gay characters in the past, and granted, it really started in the 80s and such. But as I pointed out to Dalton, these days Sandman would be considered woke. What they did when they wanted representation back in the day was they would just put the characters in, and nothing would be thought about it. The problem, I think, really stems from they're announcing it. And not only are they announcing it like, oh, you got to see this because blah, blah, we're making Tim Drake gay, even though he's had 30 years of chasing girls. And they're making it such a freaking virtue signal. And they're saying that if you don't agree with us changing 30 years of comic book history to suit our likes, not the likes of the readers, or we're not serving the character, they're only serving themselves. And when you find that out, when you see it, it becomes a chore. Instead of just put the character in there, shut up about it, and let the character be who they are. There is no characterizations. It's just caricatures, it seems like. Okay. New poll. This one's a little bit fun. If you want to put a reason why in the chat, I fully endorse that so we can talk about it. But there you go. Best decade for Avengers. 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s. That's as far as they will only let me put so many options. And I knew 2000s and 2010s wouldn't be winning.
Be right back.
All righty. Next up, kids, we've got Chastity. I will always put by these two because now Venkman came up with a specific list, but I didn't. I just cared. Okay, it's Chastity. I'm gonna get them. All righty. Next up, we have Chastity from Chaos Comics, and this is issue number 1. It says February of '97. Justin Yang and somebody named Jensen. There you go. Okay, I'm a conservative. I've never hid that. I welcome anybody who's on the left. I welcome anybody who disagrees with me politically. I saw these and I thought, you know what? I never heard of these. I have never freaking heard of these. Here's Ayn Rand, Red Pawn. It's a bit of a graphic novel kind of thing. It's a thicker book. It's actually got some weight to it. There you go. Never heard of it though. And then I got Ayn Rand's Anthem. There you go. And just to finish this out, these are some of the books that if you were at the auction, you've already seen these. But we have Teen Titans number 47. And we have Green Lantern number 128. We have Green Lantern. This is 134. There you go. They're in good condition too. And then we have Green Lantern 138. What is this? 28 and 38. Okay. And then we have Green Lantern number 139 and 150. Crisis on Infinite Earths number 1. We have Tales of the Teen Titans number 3. We have The Flash issue number 307. And then DC Comics Presents number 57. And here is Superboy number 17. The New Adventures of Superboy number 17. Brave and the Bold number 192. And we got the Radio Shack Victory by Computer, starring the Whiz Kids, the TRS-80 Whiz Kids. We have Turok, Son of Stone. This is number 89, I believe it was. And then we have the first appearance of Tim Drake in Batman number 436. And finally, what I think is going to be the next Thor, Thunderstrike. There we go, number 1. And that's that. That's everything, man. That is about 500 comics.
Wow. That
I got over the last few days at the warehouse, comic warehouse, or and I got a box sent to me. I do appreciate, like I said, yesterday we had the worst auction. It was bad. I'm eating ramens this week, but it's okay. I'm actually kind of afraid that that bills are just going to be taking everything by the end of the week. I will still try to go to the warehouse, try to pick out a big dog. They've got one that's going to be 80% off here. It's like the second or third appearance of the Legion of Superheroes. If I could pick that one up for a decent price. It's an early one. I'm just so jazzed. Also, there's a Superman and there's a Red Circle. That one actually might cost a bundle, but that's going to be a good price. I think it's originally $300, so I'm kind of iffy because as soon as I said there's a Red Circle comic, Eric probably went, "Oh, really?" And you guys went, "Oh." So I don't know if I'm going to get it, but I'm kind of excited. Any Golden Age, I'm kind of really excited about, but I do have to think, do you guys even know what that is? I don't mean that in an insulting way. It's just it's true. But there you go. And also, once again, I can't emphasize more. If you have a variant comic from the last few years that you're interested in, let me know. I'll check it out, see if it's there, because they've got the majority of the books that are going to be 80% off as far as big dogs are concerned are variants. And that's not something I'm like, I don't think I'm willing to take chances on, because a variant cover of Batgirls, does anybody give a, even if it's 1 in 1,000, you know, it's just like, who freaking cares? So yeah, if you have anything like that, just let me know in the comments below. To me, what makes something the best is how many people you are able to get interested in the franchise outside of the sodium zero, cholesterol, 2% fat. It's not cheap, but I like Top Ramen. Actually, what I would do is I get one of those big fat $10 hamburger rolls. I grab some ramen, throw that in there, put some corn, an egg in there, and it works for me. It's an actual, it actually fills you up. And buying one of those for $10, and then like buying a whole bunch of ramen, or maybe some salad and a few fresh vegetables for $20, you got meals for like 3 or 4 days. Let's see. I finally found some ramen that has 0% sodium, 0% cholesterol, and 2% fat. Okay. Great unwashed non-nerds in the determination. Okay. Where are we going here? Comics Day, 50% of the heroes are gay, 0% are conservative. Just about. You would think that Captain America would be, because he believes in the Constitution. So even if he called himself a liberal, the left would have moved so far away from him that he would be considered conservative. There you go. So Eric, anything you liked in these boxes? There was a shit ton of comics. I'd be surprised if you said no.
Oh yeah, it kind of reminded me of what I've been doing here lately. I've been trying to alphabetize all the boxes of unread books that just piled up over the years. And I've seen a lot of stuff that looks like it would have been stuff you showed off tonight. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in there.
What would you go for that you can remember? I showed off.
I'd go for a nice pepperoni and mushroom pizza, right? Oh,
hey.
No, it's I always like seeing Avengers, and the Teen Titans from the Wolfman Perez run, because that got me thinking about greatest comics of all time. Where would that place? I don't know.
We should do a live stream discussion. Look, everybody can be invited to put their 2 cents in.
Yeah.
But I would love to do this discussion with you and Graphic Man. Get the fossils on this channel, and let's hammer it out, argue it out, duke it out, and come up with greatest comics of all time. I think that would be like, where would you put it in the pantheon? Does it include, you might actually not be able to, because so many different opinions. Maybe it should just be 2 or 3 people. But
and it makes I'm wondering, I said, how do you what lines do you draw? Like, because the old stuff, if you say, okay, yeah, well, Thor, okay, well, that's been around for 60 years.
Yeah.
Are there certain qualifiers? Yeah, because or you could do it as protracted runs of certain titles where those fit and whatnot. But the Wolfman Press Teen Titans, like, so the first 50 issues or so.
Yeah, up until that's right up until
the marriage. I mean,
the marriage, yeah. But no, wasn't the next issue though another version of Who is Donna Troy? I like that issue.
I think no. In this one, they did that in the Baxter one. I think in the 50s.
That was the 50. That was issue
because
number 50
the Who is Donna Troy? It was like a 1-issue thing, and
and then they brought it back because it was it was issue number 30 something of regular Titans, and then it was in the Baxter. I think it was number 50. So yeah, number 50 of Teen Titans is the marriage to Terry.
Yeah. I don't know, I said it's hard. I mean, God, that's hard to top. I mean, those, and I'm surprised that they're not. Well, I'm not really surprised that they don't have a lot of value because, unfortunately, that's DC's fate.
Yeah.
I mean, there is issue 1, 2, 10, and 44, I think. But you know, the first Nightwing isn't even triple figures.
I've seen it. At the highest I've seen it was 150. These days, I think I can get it for 75.
Oh yeah, I know it was at one point. 2, I think, is still up there.
2 is still a solid 200 book. And I'm talking raw. I know if you put a 9.8 on it, and then all of a sudden it's a $45,000 book, and hey, aren't they going to make a movie with them someday? Yeah. Fossils duking out the horror, broken bones, chipped teeth, and not a punch was thrown. Oh, I like that. That's fun.
You know, that got me thinking about that. I don't. Micah would probably be good for that. Gratu wouldn't, because he thinks comics came to an end with the Crisis.
Okay.
Yeah, Tim, but Tim likes the more cerebral stuff. I mean, he's more of a Elric Sandman kind of guy. Yeah, Howlermouse. I don't think he's that big of a superhero fan.
He could be that side of it, but what I was thinking, the way you know what, I'll tell you what. If you want, we could put this to a test. If everybody writes down their top 20 comic book runs of all time, once again, put it in the chat, and not the chat, but the comments, we can find out what everybody thinks just by how many times everything is repeated, and you can figure it out. And then have a discussion. You and I could do the same. We grab a couple of other people to have a discussion with it. You make your lists, and how many times do each of us have it on the list? Where is it on our lists? There's a way to do this and figure out for what actually is. There's a lot of work, by the way, to it, but yeah, that's the way I would do it.
Number 1, $65. Now I realize DC Comics Presents 26 has the true first appearance, but that's not much for a number 1 of it is an all-time great. Number 2 is 150.
Yeah.
10 is 20.
Yeah, that one, I've had that in the auction a couple of times. Number 10 is the second appearance of Deathstroke.
And 44 is dropped again to 75.
Yeah.
It was 90 last time I looked. It is wait a minute. Okay. Yeah.
The all new, all different Spirit Awards. Hey, might as well. You remember I did do we did a best of decades. Didn't we do that once?
I don't think we did it with covers, but
I think we did with stories. Like, what is the best stories of the decades? I might have that video somewhere around or something.
It's funny. Joe sent me something today about they took a poll, like the best Superman artists, and it was it was for people his age and younger, because it was filled with Ivan Rice. All good artists. Alex Ross, Gary Frank, et cetera, but nobody that we talked about in our videos were mentioned.
That's funny.
But and Joe, like I said, who just turned 38 whole years old, was saying this list sucks. And I said, well, who would be on yours? And he basically, gave me our video back. And I know he hasn't seen it, but it was everybody we listed.
Hey, promote it. Promote that. Hey, look, I'm proud of that. I'm proud of what we did with that. I'm proud of that video. I took a hit for that video. Because I'm telling, there's a little speech that Eric gave. We talked about the best artists, and there was a little speech that Eric gave in the middle of the show that we were doing, where we got up to the 80s. We're talking about John Byrne, and he does this whole thing where he talks about he talks about how John Byrne, how good he was, and he says, and I just don't think we've ever had better since. And I thought it was such a great line and such a great conversation. So I asked him a question of, okay, so who are we agreeing with, like, who is the best? And he goes, John Byrne. So what I did was I took what he said. He goes, John Byrne, instead of like giving the speech or something, I took that speech out of the middle. I put it at the end, and then I put the so when he says that I don't think it's never been good ever since, I launch into the big dun 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 with the music and such, and then the show, the 75-year comic or cartoon. So I took the hit on that one. There's a claim on, I don't own that video, but I thought it was really good. But I wanted that music in there, and I wanted that segment, and I thought it was really good. But we had a great conversation, and yeah, I reckon anytime we bring it up, go watch that video if you haven't done it already. It's the greatest Superman artist of all time. We did 3 parts of it, and I think I posted a video of all 3 parts together.
I mean, Maranya, nobody's dismissing these guys. The point was that the people that took the poll was probably don't know who Jose Garcia Lopez or Kurt Swan or Al Placino or Wayne Boring or anybody we met, like John Burns, wasn't on that list.
Yeah,
I mean, basically, I said it was for people that basically probably started reading comics in the 2000s. And
we mentioned a couple of them because the way we did it was we started in 38, and then we went through the 1940s, and then we went through the 50s and the 60s. And we just kept going and mentioned the best artists of either the period, the Silver Age or Bronze Age, or of the decade.
But the people that made that list may be better artists than the people that comprise the Superman list. But the point was, you have best Superman artists, but you can't have a list like that realistically without having some of the names of the past, but these people just don't know who they are. Yeah. So I mean, I said it was just that was kind of the takeaway from that. I love everybody on the list, but it's Frank Quietly was on it, but it was a list. It was a 21st century list.
To me, the best way to do the thing, because we were talking about doing the writers next. But not just a Superman, but best writers of all time. But to me, the best way to do it is to go Golden Age, Silver Age, or 50s, 60s, and so forth, because then you could touch upon, you can kind of focus. Because when you just leave it to 100 years of history, it sort of loses itself a little bit. Best writers. Okay, yeah, we know about Alan Moore. We know about we know about Neil Gaiman, but in all honesty, Richard F. Outcault with Buster Brown and with the Yellow Kid and Hogan's Alley, they weren't straight up comics, but what they were doing was just as good for that period of time. You're not going to tell me that Little Nemo and Slumberland was bad because it was released so far back. It stood the test of time. There are some great platinum and great golden age stories that were told. We kept wondering, okay, who's in the golden age? Because golden age stories are so simplistic, but you do have your Bill Fingers. You've got Will Eisner, I think, stands toe to toe with anybody, no matter what the decade is. So yeah, I would do that. I dismiss all artists. They all suck compared to the current Frank Miller.
Did you see that side-by-side Wolverine?
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. It kind of hammers in what I've been saying. God bless them. I give him his legendary status for the first 20 years of his career. I would even go, what was it? Early 70s to the 2000s. So 30 years. Let's give him 30 years.
You know what it kind of reminded me of, and I'm going to get killed for this. If you had Michael J. Fox try to replicate the skateboard scene from Back to the Future.
I want to see that now. Oh, you're going to hell for bringing it up. I'm going to hell for laughing. Yeah, I don't know. No, Wolverine doesn't smoke anymore. Neither does Ben Grimm.
Or Nick Fury.
I would love to just take charge of Marvel. Please give me Marvel. I will have that shit turned around. Give me 5 years as editor-in-chief. You'll have 5 years of good stuff. Bring it in. So, okay, first of all of this shit is wiped out all the way to before Civil War. Nothing happened after. Nothing happened, okay? Y'all fucked up everything. And it would be a lot of, yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. People need to hear no at the editorial offices a lot. I don't know. Anyway, what's going on this week? I think we're getting together to play a game tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And Wednesday, what are we doing on Wednesday?
I know what I'm doing.
Oh, you're at the Fossils. You're at the Fossils. I am at the whim of my wife. That is her first day off. Usually she likes to hang around the house, though. I might find something to do as far as like a video or something or live stream.
Yes, like I said, if he's not streaming Wednesday night, check out 4-Color Fossils on Graphic Man. You never know when it may be the last time you'll see one or more of us.
Okay, evil black cat. Are you sure he's not writing your jokes?
No, we might. Some of us might leave. Yeah.
Okay. And let's see. Thursday, it's up in the air. I might do a live stream. I might do a reading or something like that. I might do an auction. It would be good to do an auction on on Thursday, because the just to be able to have a little extra money to go to the warehouse with. So yeah, I'm just gonna say, yeah, I'll put together an auction of something, a short one anyway. In all honesty, I don't want to do a 7 hours. You remember when we used to do that on the normal?
If you can possibly like push that back to like say 10 o'clock, give me Venk and Zach at least an hour to get through our best of the week. Might be able to come over and join you for the majority of it. Yeah, well, I'll make it a one boxer, and I'll put in some of the books you saw tonight instead of like a 50-cent thing. I'll do a real one box auction, and we'll see that. Because now that I'm a new comic reading machine, I can contribute to best of the week. If we don't go out, if we're not out, I've been reading some comics as well, and I might join you guys. Talk about some of the stuff. I know I need to do my own, but yeah, there you go. I've actually been reading some new comics as well. I just read King Kong, War of King Kong or something like that, and Shazam #1. One of them is good, and one of them could have been good if it was made in the 90s or 1980s. You know what, I'll do my own reviews, but there you go. All right, kids, thank you very much for hanging out. What did you guys see? Well, I'm not going to get into this yet because I asked Derek. I need to ask you guys, did you see something that interested you in the boxes tonight? What was like, oh wow, okay, yeah, I want to check that out. You know, was it the Avengers? Was it the Thors or the Green Lanterns, the Silver Agers? We're like, woo, Superman Earth Stealers. That would be awesome. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments below and so forth and so on. If you don't mind helping out the channel, Maranya just put the link to the Ko-Fi. It's also in the description. Just go on over, drop $1. There's a tip jar. Hey, here's $1. Thank you very much. It's always cool. I forget, show them again. Okay, let me start at the beginning. It doesn't matter. He'd forget again by the time you got to the end. Yep. All righty, kids. Otherwise, thank you very much for hanging out with us. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good night. Good night, kids.